Hello, welcome to another tutorial, part 14. I'm hoping we get this done by at least, well, not at least 20 or as many as we can really to try and kind of fit in with all this. And I'm trying to sort of do little projects as we go. And so we get to finish things in every kind of video, so we're not going halfway between stuff. So if this video is a little bit shorter, I do apologise. So in part 13 we had this problem where if I play the game, we have this dude and he was walking up and we attack him once and he was either not dying at all, or you know, he's just not dying at all, is he? He's just not having it. And it was either he was dying straight away or he wasn't dying at all. So even though our damage is coming up. So, and I said I would come have a fix for it. And I have sorted out a fix. So what you need to do, if we look at our script, let's have a look at skeleton. And where is it? Here we go. So we were looking at this, trying to fix this around with this number and this digit. So this is important. So if health is less than 1, destroy our object. If not, health minus minus, and the minus minus represents minusing 1. What I didn't realise was, is this here? It was all this is all it was. This capital H, because if we have a look at the because we have stated that we are grabbing health from our base health, okay, which is this health here, which, if we have a look, is a lowercase h. So this public integer that we put in our enemy inheritance class represents this enemy health, which is, now I can't see it, there we go, represents this here, health 3. So what we need to do is simply change that H is to a lowercase h. There we go. So that health. There we go. Not with all of that. We can just delete all of that. Lovely. Health minus minus semicolon. We'll save this, and now hopefully I can prove that my fix works. If it doesn't work, oh my days, I don't know what we'll do. So we should have. Firstly, I'll put our skeleton enemy on. We can see his health is 3, so we'll keep an eye on this. So attack once, down to 2, lovely. Attack him again, down to 1, and when he walks past again, we'll chomp him, and there we go, dead. Fantastic. That is our death working stupendously. That's a good word of the day. And now we can carry on, and this is what we are doing within this video. So we're going to do a transition for hits, which we need to do next. So every time we hit him, he reacts to the sword swipes from our knight or whatever your character is. So let's clear all of that, and then let us sort out this hit animation. Cool. So standard stuff, sprite mode, multiple. I've done this a million times before. We should know how we do this by now. Once we've done that, we can go to sprite editor, and then he takes, oh yeah, there he goes. There's him taking a hit. All I'm going to do is slice, automatic slice. Fantastic. Cool. And then click apply. Lovely. So we need to create an animation for that, so it's back onto the animation tab. Let's kick on skeleton idle. So we've got idle, skeleton, walk, and death. So let's create a new one. We'll put death in later. I realise we should have probably done hit before, but we haven't. We've done, and I called this skeleton hit as well. What a fool. Oh no, I didn't. It's just in a different place. No worries. Enemy. There we go. Did I call it death? Good, I did. So I will call this hit underscore skeleton. Click save, and then I can create my brand new animation. Click record. Take all of these frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drag these into. Why are you now doing this? Lovely. I love it when it does this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't know why it always does that. There we go, working. So I'm going to change this to, I'm record it. Change this to 8 frames. I didn't do that thing again. Remember to hit on the skeleton. Change the pixels per unit to 32. Click apply. There we go. And let's sample this rate. There we go. There's him taking a bash. Lovely. Fantastic. So let's implement this into our animator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave death there at the moment. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to create a transition from any state to hit skeleton, and there's a reason why I'm going to leave it above idle animation, because I want it to come back into my my idle animation after he's been hit, and that's important because we're going to set him up in the next video for combat, so him getting a bit leery and attacking us back, which we'll do in the next video. We'll just get him to be hit at the moment, but what happens when he gets hit, and we'll have to implement that script and the animation as well. So hit underscore skeleton. So what we will do is create a brand new trigger, and we will call this hit. Lovely. So what we'll do is we'll go onto the transition. Has exit time, yeah, will be off. Then settings, we can change the transition duration to 0, and under conditions, we can change this to hit. Lovely, fantastic. So if you press play, well, bam, I'm getting hit. Cool, lovely. So that's good. I'll leave that like that for now. So done that. We've added hit under the conditions, set that to 0. Cool, right. I'm going to quickly command save that, or control save that. Bloody blah. And hit in a state doesn't have any state in existence when exit time. Yes, that's only a warning. I'm not going to worry about that for now. And then we can go to our scripts, and let's start off with, what should I do? Yeah, we should do that. Let's use our inheritance script a little bit more. So if we go to enemy, open up our enemy script, and what we're going to do is create a brand new protected variable using our animator. So this can go on to, obviously because this is going into our enemy inheritance, so our parent or our base class, this can be put into every other enemy as well. So you can use the exact same variable name, which we're going to call enemy anim, semicolon. Lovely, so save that. Then what we can do, let's go into our skeleton script. Fantastic. This is where we were before. And under health minus, we are going to say enemy.anim.set trigger, because that's what we've created. And we're just going to call up that hit trigger we've just created. Hit. Lovely. Semicolon. And let's save that. Let's test our scene. Let's let Unity compile. Cool, it's just going to have, hopefully it's not going to have a, not worried about that. Cool, so let's give it a try and see if he reacts to being hit. Hopefully he does. Let's press play. There he is, moment of truth. Oh no, something's happened. Something's not happened. Object reference is not set, but is an instance of that object. Okay. Skeleton.damage is now doesn't want to work. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Let's come out and play. Maybe we could change that to anim. Let's not use our inheritance just for a second. I had a problem. Yeah. Cool. Let's try that and see if that works. Come on. There we go. That's working. Fantastic. Cool. So we're just going to ignore our inheritance class for now and just use our that's going to be fine there. I've just used the anim that's already in here for animator. That's perfectly fine. So anim.setTrigger.hit, which worked absolutely fine. Let's just test that again to make sure it wasn't a fluke. So when we hit him, when he's coming up, when I hit him, wham, there we go. But as you can see, he is he keeps playing that animation over and over as well. How interesting. Right, that animation is looping. So if you find that happens, let us, where did I put that animation? Under sprites, animations, enemy, hit. I'm going to uncheck loop time, and that should sort out our issue. Let's have a quick. So don't loop that animation, only when it's triggered once. There we go, and cool, and one more. Fantastic, cool. So that was just because loop time was already checked, so make sure you find the animation and uncheck that. Cool, lovely jubbly. So let us done that. So what our problem was is if we play this one more time, when he's hit, the hit animation is an idle animation, and he's moving all the time. So if I hit him, he's sliding across. And look, can you see that? He's now stuck in idle, but moving. If we look at what's happening in the animator. So yeah, there we go. He's just playing over and over and over and over. So we need him to go back into an idle animation, ideally. So what we can do, it kind of isn't an idle animation, isn't it? That might work. We can try. We'll have a look. So what we will do is, what could we do? You could create a ball. Let's create it. If we go into our skeleton script and add a private ball that can be called is hit. We can say equals to false. Just maybe got a bit of a gap. We can then say under here we can say is hit equals true, and then if we create an if statement, this should just make him stand still and not move. Is equals false, and then we should be able to put this movement into here. Save this, and hopefully he will not be sliding about when we hit him. Let's have a test. Cool, so it should be hit, Lovely, and he stays still. Fantastic. So that works. So what we have done here to fix this is initially he was sliding along, as we said, he was sliding along despite being hit with an animation. With his hit animation, he was still moving. We want him to go to idle, and then from there we're going to make him go into combat mode. But before that, we need him just to stop. So what we've done in our skeleton mode, in our skeleton script, we have created a private ball called isHit, which initially is false because he has not been hit. We have then said isHit is true, obviously once he's been hit. As we can say, as we're saying, health is then minusing 1. Our animation is playing, which is hit. So isHit then becomes true. So if hit is true, we don't want him to move anymore. So this is why we've then put him, if isHit is false, he moves. If not, he will stop. Okay? And it's as simple as that. I think that is it, really. That's all I'm going to do with that. What we'll do in the next video is create an in combat. So now he's in this zone. Let's play this one more time. So he's moving along until we attack him once. There we go. And he played through his animation. And as you can see, he's got now an angry look on his face. He is now in an idle position. And now so he is ready to be in combat mode, which we will do in the next video. Short and sweet. The last one was over half an hour long, so this is a little bit shorter, and as I said, I want to do things bit by bit so you understand it. Hope that wasn't too confusing. Again, watch the whole video all the way through. Don't just skip to the scripting bits, as I've been finding people are doing, you naughty people. Make sure that the information I'm giving you is vital for this script to work, so make sure you're watching the whole video and seeing what the process is that I'm doing. Okay, cool. See you guys later. Thank you.